Wiley Vision Studio in Spokane, Washington. The Stephen James Wiley Show.
Tell you what I know about pickups. Having been around them most of my hard-working life, well, there's lots of little things I like about this Ford. But know what I like most? The way Ford builds them, they last.
Ford trucks, #1 for all the right reasons.
Maybe that's why there's more Ford trucks on the road than Chevy. And where I come from, the last one standing always won the fight.
The best-built American trucks are built Ford tough.
Darkness falls and the night's begun. The river of light burns as bright as the sun. Under the waning moon, there's danger to be found for the man with the badge in the night. The man with the badge in the night. What's his name? Mr. Downtown. Mr. Downtown. Freddie Fredrickson. The theme from Mr. Downtown. A fictitious song from the movie That Thing You Do. Freddie Fredrickson. I wish he really existed, because that's a great name. At least I don't think it's real. I think it's all fake. I love that movie. Do you love that movie? If you haven't seen that movie, and some of you may not have, Tom Hanks, Playtone, his company, I think he calls it Playtone, the Playtone record label. God, the 50s. I was listening to some Les Baxter earlier today with my dad. I played tennis and rocked it as usual. I rolled the mantra, baby. And we're driving back, and I put on some Martin Denny, which I'm sure none of you know. But he's like a composer, director of music that's like 1950s. You know, stuff you would hear. They would intro a old black and white sitcom, and I was listening to the early Les Baxter. Let's find it. Recently added. Martin Denny did a bunch of stuff. Nelson Riddle also, similar vein. Look this stuff up. You will like it. But they're all, the primitive and the passionate Les Baxter. The Ritual of the Savage. It's all like exotic, but one of the early Les Baxters is Space Escapade. And it sounds just like the intro to an old TV show, which is wonderful because basically I love that stuff. And all these guys, Les Baxter, Martin, they all find ways to put extremely scantily clad women on the cover of their records in the 1950s and early 60s. And that just makes my heart happy. And the fact that these guys were all in a big studio and they're making jungle sounds, it makes you wonder, like, what was the vibe there? Oh, there's a kaleidoscope. Check that one out, Les Baxter. It's a good one. But these guys had to be having the most fun ever making this music. That's what I think, at least. I wish I could have been there. I wish I was smart enough that I was making that kind of music. Because it's not pansy-ass composing. It's not, this is just me expressing my heart, man. It's like we're writing music to define an era, to define the national mood, nay, perhaps the global mood, at least in the West. The war was over. You get two different points of view on the 50s, but I'm a huge fan of optimism. I love optimism. And what was optimistic? The 1950s, that's what it was, and the early 60s, till people started getting disillusioned, and obviously the government did some things that weren't that great. Thank you, Lyndon Johnson, for the Vietnam War. But Yeah, don't blame Nixon. He ended the war. You can hate Nixon all you want, but he ended the freaking war. Get over it. There was optimism, and I love that. And I love that music. I love that era. People loved cars. People liked taking road trips. It was just a vibe. And you know me, I'm a music person. I write music. I've written a lot of music. None of it's as good as Les Baxter. I'll be perfectly frank with you. It's different. I should say that. It's different. It's not... none of Les Baxter's music has lyrics, okay? It's music for movies. That's what it is. Music for driving and enjoying and probably making sweet love back in 1958. And speaking of music, this is a tremendous segue opportunity. Today, I want to start going through and sharing music that I've made from the past. I've made a shit ton of music in my life thus far, and there's a lot more I'm hoping to record properly and release. And I've been terrible at telling people about my music. It's a frustrating conundrum for artists. We are insanely insecure, and I'm no exception to that. And there's this myth that'll run through every artist's head that says, I'm just going to keep making my work, and someday somebody's going to find it and think it's really great. And I'm kind of convinced that that's not true. You have to tell people about it, especially if you think it's great. And I think I've made a lot of great music. Is it the best music in the great competition of music? I don't know. It's also subjective. Probably not. But I think it's music from my heart, and I'm really proud of it, and I put all my fucking guts and everything else into it. And so it's something I've concluded I better take some time and share what I've done and let people know what's been and what can and what else is going to come out. And so that's what I'm doing. Today I wanted to kind of dive into some of the first works I ever made. My first record I ever made was in 2003. It was called Contradiction. I pressed 100 compact discs. You could not actually put your music on the internet outside of MySpace. Was new-ish, if at all. Yeah, no, it didn't exist then, but it did shortly after. Or maybe it did, and I was just too naive and I didn't know it, right? Most likely the case. But regardless, I made a record called Contradiction, produced with and written with my friend Chris Barr. Chris Barr is an incredible musician. If you have time to go look at his work, look up Chris Barr on Bandcamp, most likely. He also goes under the name BNAEJ. I'll let you figure out what that means on your own when the kids aren't around. He's a musical genius who is sadly very unknown, and he should be known better, because when you hear his music, you'll think, oh, God, this is amazing. And so we did some cool stuff. Sadly, I don't even have most of it digitized. I think I have 1 or 2 CDs of it, but I don't have a CD player. But for whatever reason, I somehow I had uploaded it all, and then like the files corrupted. Something went on with iTunes. Anyhow, I have a couple of the tracks, and they're on my vintage digital release, which is on Apple Music, Spotify, in all the places. And so I'm going to share some things that are off of that compilation record, because that record is a mix of older stuff and includes these 2 tracks off of my first record. And the first song is called Never Be, and it's actually the first song Chris and I ever recorded together. And Chris and I go way back. His brother Jake Barr is a professional bass player. He played with Trace Adkins. He's been in a million bands. He was in bands with me. We were in a band called Ancient Grease Monkey together. We were in a band. We were in a lot of bands as kids that we never even played music. We just had bands. Evan Denlinger, Chris Barr, Brandon O'Neill, Eddie Ramirez, Johnny Ramirez, a lot of guys I've played music with. Amazing, amazing talents. Truly amazing. Ben Delaney, he did some stuff with us. So anyhow, this was Chris and I, and this is the first song. It's called Never Be. The vibe of it, Chris would just write the song. He would start recording it. He would do all the guitar stuff. I would come up with a loop bed for him. I did the string thing and everything, and then he would do his thing, and then he would leave, and then I would write a song over it. And it was fascinating how it worked out. It worked for the whole record. And there's a couple tracks that I wish I could find because they're really good. For Love is a great tune, if I could find that. But this is a song called Never Be, and I'll share a clip with it right now from 2003.
It's in my heart, these philosophies tearing me apart. Day to day, they're cutting me. Day to day, they're hunting me. Open up my soul. Don't have much silver or gold. I know you wanna walk up and take a piece out of me. Well, then you know I'll never be. Show me what's good, show me what's good. Stop trying to see in my heart. What you see comes at a price I can't pay. Silver or gold, I know you wanna walk up and take a piece out of me. Then you'd say, I'll never be.
That's a good tune, man. It's so fun to listen back. It just makes my heart happy. So the next song is called Not Enough. And this song, I did everything. I had a program called Acid Loops, and I piled loops together like a mad freak. And I was probably channeling some Seal on this one, maybe a little Sting, I don't know. But that vibe, it's a good tune. I stacked vocals. It was the first time I was just learning to stack vocals, and I had probably too much fun stacking vocals. I didn't use any auto-tune or anything, no pitch correcting. I think it actually was a thing then, and I didn't know how to use it. And honestly, I felt kind of like a whore if I did, so I didn't do it. So this is a song. It's called Not Enough. It waxes deeply philosophical. If you can't tell, I tend to do that. So this is Not Enough from the Contradiction record, 2003. It is now on my vintage digital collection that's available everywhere. So hope you dig this. It's a fun, vibey tune.
Not even enough beauty to cover it here. Not even enough deceit to make the truth disappear. I'm aching for the feeling imagination has run dry. In the search for my ambition, I've forgotten I'm alive. Cosmic engineer, please lend us your ear. Remind us to breathe, take away our fear. cold as stone. Humanity is the species for security. The depravity of our depths are unknown.
Not enough. That's fun. I like it. It's a longer tune. Go check it out at your local record store. Those were the days, right? Okay, so we go from there. I don't do anything solo. I started a band with my friend Evan Denlinger. He has been on the show. Go listen to our conversation together. It is lovely. He's a badass, beautiful, beautiful human, and amazing guitar player, singer. He and I have written probably 50 songs. Hold on, drinking some water. Crisp gold. Yeah, we have written some tunes together, and a bunch of them have never been properly recorded. We'll probably go through that. But so we had a band called Denweiler with Luke Anderson and Mike Uhlencott. Luke played drums. Mike played guitar. Mike actually went on to play drums in a bunch of bands. And Luke went on to play drums in a bunch of bands. And Luke's on the East Coast now. So we had a band called Denweiler. We did stuff for a couple years. And then I got, eyeballs deep into my real estate development company. And I was doing that, and music could not have been further from my radar. And so did that. And then all that had a real unfortunate turn. And around 2008, as the real estate industry started to fall apart and crash and burn, I and my business partner crashed and burned with it, along with a lot of other people I knew. And as I did that, all of a sudden I was drawn back to music. And I started to record a record by myself in my basement at my house with just a laptop, GarageBand, and a microphone. Just literally, I would hold, which is really dumb, FYI, the microphone in my hand and sing into it. And then I would set it down and play a guitar in front of it. It's not how you're supposed to do it, but I did it. And I made an EP called Don't Tread on Me. And it was cool, and I loved it. And that kind of was a spark that, and as I lost my ass in business and lost everything, I started to kind of find my way back toward my creative side, my art, and my love of music. And so I made this EP, and I wanted to share a few of the songs that are on it. These are all also on the Vintage digital record, except for Don't Tread on Me, which I'm preparing to put that out as a single and let it be what it is. It's actually a really, really good song, and for whatever reason, I think I have a fear of success, to be honest with you, and so I've hidden things that I think are the best work I made because I've been self-destructive. What? An artist self-destructive? That's insane. Never happened before. Anyhow, the first one I wanted to share with you is a track called Time, and it's the first song on the EP. I think it's the first song on the Vintage digital compilation record as well. It's fun. It's totally got a U2 vibe with a blend of Phil Collins, or I don't know. It's all that kind of thing.
They thunder loud. I feel the rain of the
Oh, man. So that was the first tune I tracked on that old EP, 2008. And I did everything except Jake Barr played bass player. He didn't play bass. He played the guitar riff on the interlude. Like, he just came over, typical Jake, and was like, I was like, hey, dude, can you do something? And he's like, I don't really know how to do anything. And then he did this cool little and I was like, yeah, dude, okay, whatever. And then he did it, and he left, and I used it. And as usual, he didn't think it was any good. But I loved it, and I think it's cool. So it's fun how things shake out. So the next tune, I can't remember what order. I think I recorded Don't Tread on Me next, but I'll play this song. It's called Hope. It's a real sad song. And during this whole thing, I was coming out of a pretty intense religious environment I grew up in. And I was my head was pretty scrambled up. And you can probably hear it in the lyrics. And, just there was a lot I was unpacking. So a lot of stuff was sad for me. And you know what? That's why we make art sometimes, is to process that stuff. So this song is called Hope. It is not a very hopeful song. Let me just be clear about that. But it was cathartic to me. And honestly, some people have really found that it resonated for them because they were in a dark place and they needed a song to express what they were feeling. And so this is a song called Hope. And I'll just play you a clip. There's a couple different versions of this. This is a later edit that I did, or I remixed it and I added some things. I think I like it, though.
You're going nowhere, and you hope nobody knows. But this time you won't get hurt again. This time you're not going to feel the pain. This time you'll wind up safe and sound. This time you'll keep your feet right on the ground. This time you won't get hurt again. This time you're not going to feel the pain. This time you'll wind up safe and sound. This time.
So that's Hope. And next we'll jump to the song Don't Tread on Me, 'cause I'm a believer. I'm going to re-release this because this is not available anywhere, but it's a good song, and I'm excited to get it back out into the open. So, it's called Don't Tread on Me, and I released this in 2008. I hope you dig it. Here's a clip.
She offered me money and I just refused. She said I'm feeling used, but it's you I abuse. Well, don't tread on me, 'cause I'm a believer. Don't tread on me and I won't make a sound. Don't been 7 years since I've seen her around. She gave me a name and she gave me a broken crown. But yeah, I'm conflicted. She said I was gifted, but now I'm feeling free and nothing can keep me down. Don't tread on me, 'cause I'm a believer. Don't tread on me, and I won't make a sound. Don't tread on me, I'm a bleeder. Don't tread on me, 'cause I will bring you down. Don't tread on me, I'm a true believer. Don't tread on me, and I won't make a sound. Don't tread on me, 'cause I'm a bleeder. Don't tread on me, 'cause I will bring you down, down, down.
There you go. That song's got a little bit of fuck you in it, doesn't it? I never really felt it, but I kind of felt it there. I should have recognized that, but I like it. I love it. I'm excited. I'm going to put that out there here soon. I'm just excited to feel some music in me, you know? When it's a part of you, it's a part of you. I hope if you're a musician and you're happening to hear this, I hope this makes you want to go make music. Go make your freaking music. Somebody needs to hear it. And your heart needs to make it. Even if it's just your own catharsis, do it. It's a sound. It's a resonance. It needs to come out of you. It's friggin' beautiful. This next song, this will be the last tune for today's show. I think it's the last track on the vintage digital record. It is called Winter is Over. And I wrote this song while I was feeling like I was hitting rock bottom after I thought I'd already hit rock bottom. And it was kind of honestly a declaration of faith because I had nothing to support what I was saying. This was right before we moved back to Nashville a second time after experiencing some pretty brutal, kind of a second brutal round of just the ass kicking we were taking in life. And I love this song. It's long. It's got I think Neil Young would like it. I'd like to think Neil Young would like it. And it's just guitar heavy. I thought of trying to add drums to it at the time, and I added just some percussive drum stuff at the end. But it's a very progressive tune. But I didn't do that. I always had this dream that this could be a duet with Miles Kennedy, because I love Miles. I love his voice, and I think he could sing it an octave higher, and it would add another element. It would be pretty cool, because I'm just not that. I'm not that high voice guy. But anyhow, this is called. Here's a clip. It's Winter is Over, and I kind of tried to capture the end clip where it kind of gets big, and it feels pretty freaking dope, if you ask me. So Winter is Over, and you know what? Winter is almost over, and I'm excited about that because I hate winter more every year that I get older. But here you go. Check it out. See what you think.
The winter's over. Sister and brother, the winter is over now. Mother or father, the winter is over now. Please love one another.
That song still kind of gets me. There's some emotion in that guy. Well, there you go. There's some backstory and vibe off the early work. And, you know, if you've never heard my music, that's how it started. There's more there. And I appreciate you taking some time with me to go through it. I'm going to do another episode. I'll dive into some of the next round of music I made, which was an EP called The Muse. And then I had a whole section in there, a whole time where I was writing country music. I was in Nashville. I wanted to be a songwriter. And then the more I started to understand the business of songwriting, the more I realized it wasn't for me, because it's a tough gig. It's and it didn't. I wasn't writing songs that were coming from my heart. I was just trying to write songs that people would like, that some country artists would want to play. And it was a fun experiment, and it was a fun season. I don't regret any of it, but it ended up not being. So I got a whole bunch of stuff. I have a whole record. I have a country record I made. I recorded it. You're not going to hear it because I'm not going to release it. But it's there. There's a couple tunes off of it I might release as singles because I like them, and they aren't necessarily country songs. But anyhow, that's what that was, and we'll dive into the other stuff on another episode. So love you all. Thanks for hanging with me. This has been the Stephen James Wiley Show from Spokane, Washington.